What's up, everyone? We're live.
Yes.
Yes.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, all you no bullshitters out there? John, Al, and Rob here. We're the founders of NoBull 2020, presented by Bankers Healthcare Group. It's happening this September 17th in Syracuse, New York. You can check out NoBull2020.com, NoBull2020.com, NoBull2020.com for more details and all of our speakers and all of the great information over there. So check it out. Today, we're going to talk about what the hell we're going to name this show. We'll talk about the new podcast format a little bit, and then take some questions, and then call it a wraps. Sound good, fellas?
Yes. Oh, the wine.
Oh, of course. We're probably going to have to do that intro of what this is all about every time I forgot about that. So, Al, you want to do the little intro? What's the wine all about?
My wine is already poured out.
Ooh. So this show is
pre-sipping.
a few entrepreneurs. Couple is two, few is more.
Two tree
entrepreneurs just learning the game, drinking some wine, and hopefully providing you some value out there as we grow this show. If you're starting your own business or wanting to grow your own business. But we're trying to do a little spin on it. So we're sharing some wine. We want everyone to watch who watches this. We're not making you drink wine. We're not encouraging it if you don't want to. But if you like the vino, you like some grapes into liquid form, enjoy a glass of wine. Cheers. I'm sorry. That was my bad. Cheers. Clink.
You're classless.
Totally classless. So Empathy Wines, for those of you out there that don't know, we had a really great relationship and arrangement with Empathy Wine. We wanted Gary Vaynerchuk to come to our event and be the keynote speaker. So we worked out a deal with Empathy that allows you to get free tickets to our event if you buy a case of Empathy Wines on empathywines.com.
With promo code
NoBull 2020.
NoBull 2020. So go to empathywines.com. If you buy a case with the promo code NoBull 2020, you'll earn a free ticket to the event. And for you ballers out there that want to meet Gary, there's only a few left, right, Rob?
Three
spots left to meet Gary Vaynerchuk. Small, quaint, private VIP meeting. If you buy 20 round table, so some VIPs there. You buy 20 cases of wine on empathywines.com and use the code NoBull 2020, and you will get a ticket. You'll get 20 tickets to the event. You also meet Gary.
Yeah,
pretty good deal if you ask me.
If you're watching, it looks like on my end, like things are a little choppy. A little, I don't know if it's internet or what, if it's just our faces.
Is it what on Facebook?
It's just the internet period is a little bit funky tonight. So, and then I had somebody text me and basically say like,
your faces are frozen.
They couldn't, they couldn't watch it.
Uh-oh. Well, hopefully this records okay and they can watch it after the fact, right?
Amen.
Yeah.
So what are we up to?
This show, we want to name this show. So let's describe what this show is out there, right? This is kind of an intermediate show, we'll call it. We want to deliver value to people and we want to make people laugh, right? So, we're trying to build a brand and a company that helps people start and grow their businesses in all aspects. We want you to be financially sound. We want you to have great marketing. We want you to have great operations, great culture. We want you to be a great employee. We want you to crush it and be a great number 2 or 3 or 4 or 16 in your company. Whatever it is, we want to try to provide a good route to get there. And we want to do it in a funny way. So we talk shit on this show and create funny content and, show the funny parts of trying to juggle running a business with a newborn baby or be a little baby cat,
Cat's
or
gone. Cat's gone. Got rid of the
right.
cat.
You can't juggle that, so you had to get rid of it.
Juggle. Yeah. Ain't no juggling the cat.
No juggling the cat. So we want help naming this show. So we're going to discuss the names people submitted already. We kind of narrowed it down to our favorites. We can talk about them, the three of us founders. We can get the people watching to chime in. If you come up with any funny names, good names that you like, that you think are solid for this podcast moving forward, please put them in the comments below. But first, we got a new format, fellas, right? So we're gonna be shooting for 3 episodes a week, I think. Right? We're gonna shoot for 3 a week.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do three types of episodes. Right? So one episode's gonna be a Q&A. We're gonna be doing random questions, the funnier the better, from people all across the internet. For us, the founders. We are not the experts, but we are currently launching and running 1 to 3 businesses. And we want you to ask us about those, about our lives, about juggling our families, about drinking wine, whatever you want to ask.
Yeah.
Well, that will be one show.
Weird.
Let's get weird.
Weird.
That's the show we get weird
I
at.
like weird questions.
I think Sundays is going to be the weird day. That's the Q&A day.
So? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's good.
Then we're going to shoot for Tuesdays to be a topic day, whatever is happening that's relevant to people in business, right? You don't have to be a business owner. You just have to be in business. Unfortunately, right now, there's a lot of people that are not in business. So we could talk about that and how to make the most of it, right? I could go down a rabbit hole right now, how you can make some money legally, of course, to get yourself through this time. And then the third day, Thursdays, we're going to be doing interviews with prominent people that are tied to being an entrepreneur. Right? So could have built $100 million business from nothing. They could be a celebrity that's launching a liquor company. They could be a musician who's got an entrepreneurial mindset and diving in. Well-known people or people that have done great things or doing cool things that are hopefully interesting to everyone out there. We're going to be interviewing them. And that's what a week on the yet to be named No Bullshit podcast.
There you have it.
Yeah. Cheers. Rob, how many people we got watching?
21.
It's like 20.
21 people out there who can help us name this podcast.
Yeah. We got see the comments coming in here.
Rob, do you have the list of names thus far? I think we had like 4. If not, I think I got them here.
Yeah, I don't have them in front of me right here.
Okay, so we got 4 to start off with. Okay, I'll name a few that were thrown out earlier to just start the conversation. We chatted a little bit about them, so I think we're out. But one that rose to the top is the No Bullshit podcast. Real basic, shooting straight from the hip.
I like it.
Boom.
It's good branding. I'm a marketing and branding guy. It is.
It doesn't tie us to anything. Doesn't tie us to it's just the No Bullshit podcast. Although I do think it already exists. So that may be a small legal.
Could be confusing. I don't think legal. Most people don't trademark their pod. I mean, some do. Some do. The smart ones do. But
either way, I think it already exists because a good friend of mine, when we were talking about this last week, she texted me a screenshot of the pre-existing one and was like, "Eh."
Okay. Well, that sucks. Doesn't that suck when you love something and you're like, yeah, and then
let's fact check it. Make sure it's not fake news.
Okay. So that's one out there. Not looking good. The next one was Entrepreneurs on Wine. I don't think you guys were a big fan of that, but that's another one we threw out there. Entrepreneurs on Wine.
Entrepreneurs on Wine.
This is your entrepreneur on wine.
Entrepreneurs with a buzz.
What was that one? Somebody snuck in at the end.
It was me. It was because it was the truth. It was I'm a little buzzed.
I'm a little buzzed.
That wasn't a sneak in. That was fact.
Yeah. That was fact checked. That was
fact-checked all
100%
day.
fact checked.
Yeah.
Okay, so Entrepreneurs on Wine. I'm sorry, that was one. And then I'm a little buzzed, which could be kind of spun. Rob, this could be spun into like I'm a little buzzed, like I'm a little jacked for starting a business.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little. I like that too.
Listen, we can't all be humjaggers like you, John.
No.
Watch the last episode if anybody doesn't know what a humjagger is.
John the Humjagger Timmerman. You could be a wrestler.
Definitely could be. What would I look like though? Definitely wet, long, curly hair.
Oh yeah, filthy Humjagger.
Definitely the leotard that goes down, all like Andre the Giant style, like down under my belly button.
I'm gonna throw out.
Eric says entrepreneurs gone wild.
Entrepreneurs gone wild. Well,
that might
because he wants to be the camera guy. That's why.
I don't know.
That might get somebody the wrong idea.
Yeah, I think that's gonna go bad for us.
Gotta be careful there.
And I am not groomed for that.
Silverback.
You got to groom. Call up.
I am not groomed for that situation. I'll tell you.
Call up Dollar Shave Club.
Oh yeah,
good
right?
tools for
sponsor
that.
you. Or Dude Wipes. Did you the bar hold on. Yeah, it really has nothing to do with grooming from a hair standpoint, but
manscaping.
Yeah, from a manscaping standpoint. But so there's this company called Dude Wipes. On, I mean, they're a company. They make wipes
for dudes.
And they're a hilarious company. Like their CEO doesn't give a shit. And he's in their marketing. It's very like doesn't matter, and it's growing rapidly. So smartest marketing I've seen in a while. We were just talking about the El Presidente of Barstool Sports,
Dave Portnoy,
or earlier today,
David Portnoy.
So I follow the CEO of Dude Wipes on LinkedIn. I'm going through LinkedIn today, and he reposts a video of, how do you say his name? Dave Portnoy. Portnoy.
Yeah, Dave Portnoy.
Post a video of him reviewing their newest product because he does that package review thing you were telling us about, Al.
Oh yeah.
They made I think it's a portable. If not, it goes on your own toilet bidet.
Oh, are you
kidding? Dave went. No, he went
nuts.
Ape shit. He goes, oh my! He like flipped out. And he like threw all the other packages, and he goes,
yeah, I would too.
This lady, and he just flipped out about it. So
yeah, I would too.
Moral of that story: if you want a clean undercarriage, Dude Wipes.
All right. Wow. Is Dude Wipes the next sponsor for this?
Well, no, I was going Dollar Shave Club first for you. They could be the sponsor.
Oh, right.
And then the Dude Wipes popped in my head.
Do we put that on the table for a name of the show? Clean undercarriage? Is that
probably not?
I mean, nothing is off the table.
Nothing's off the table.
So, what do we got for ones that we've narrowed down?
We have not narrowed. I don't know. We haven't narrowed anything down to this point.
Yeah,
this is like the throw shit against the wall podcast, and then we're gonna narrow it down from there. Like we can narrow it down during the podcast, get some feedback, get some votes.
Yes.
And Jacqueline throwing in some.
Jacqueline Vidler.
Straight up from ballwash.com.
Ballwash.com. Another option for the piggyback, John. Look at you. And
sponsorship. Jackie can be our sponsorship coordinator.
Let me tell you, Jackie brings a lot to the table. I did a podcast with her not too long ago. Founder, serial entrepreneur, founder of Enfoque Images. She brings a lot to the table. We should have her on one of these days because she does things like sends websites like ballwash.com.
Done. That's what you have to do to get on this podcast. Is
appreciate you.
Dirty yet very interesting websites.
Yeah.
So So that's pretty much it for the ones that happened before this show.
Mm-hmm.
Entrepreneurs on Wine, the No Bullshit podcast, and I'm a little buzzed. So now we had some suggestions that happened today over on LinkedIn. I can check to see if it's updated, but right now, thank you, Bia, sent over some suggestions. We have the No Excuse cast.
You can spell that out.
Cuse. No
Excuse.
Yep.
excuse like
Oh,
Syracuse.
That's
Cast.
cute.
No excuse cast. It does kind of roll off the tongue.
It does. No excuse cast. Oh, that's very like QC.
Yeah, it's too cutesy.
Like Syracuse.
Very catchy, but too cutesy.
I like it.
Somebody should take that. Somebody locally here should use that though.
Yeah. Whoever wants no excuse cast, it's all yours.
Yeah. I think that came from Jordan, didn't it, Rob?
I think so.
I think Jordan popped that one in. So thank you, Jordan, for that one.
Appreciate you.
Also for the previous ones, Entrepreneurs on Wine. Thank you, Katie. Katie submitted that one. Katie and Mitchell. Okay, next one we have Wednesday Winecast.
It came from Alice, I think.
Thank you, Alice. Wednesday Winecast. Although that wouldn't work for Sunday or, well, actually, if we're changing the days, that wouldn't work at all, really, because it would be Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. But it is very catchy. Okay, so let me get to the list here. This one I'm a fan of, and I've also had at least 3 other people say they're fans of this one. Un-Bullshitted, the podcast with no rules.
I do like that. It's a little bit of a mouthful, but I like it a lot.
The second part I feel like would be like a subtitle, right? Like it wouldn't be the actual name. You know, it'd be like, "Hey, welcome to the Un-Bullshitted podcast, where there are no rules."
I like that. So
Rob, what do you think of that one?
I think it's all in the graphic layout.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
It's cool. It's like remember Who's Line, where it's like it's a game show where the points don't mean anything.
Hey, so Jordan just came back with another option. He says after listening for 5 minutes, you guys can easily get away with WTF cast.
It must have been the Humjagger.
You know what's interesting is we could use that, but then come up with something like wine.
An acronym.
Yeah, like wine the fuck. Or maybe something cooler than that. I don't know. Lindsay says Un-Bullshitted is my fave.
Un-Bullshitted.
By the way, I didn't come up with that. Who came up with that? That's a good. Was that Jana? I think that might have been Jana.
Janaina. God, I am so uncultured.
Now you're cultured. Just now.
Boom.
I did it
because you pronounced it. So that was Mike Corey that came up with Wine Wednesday podcast. You said Alice. That was Mike.
I think they're both. Yeah.
Oh, they're both in here? Okay. So that's it. Did we get any new some comments? New ideas other than W?
I have a feeling there's a couple coming. So just to be clear, you're not going to offend us with your ideas. So it doesn't matter what it says. You know, we're definitely not rated PG.
Yeah, we're not easily
offended.
Especially because I just dropped an F-bomb.
If you got an idea, drop it in. Let's see it.
Don't worry about offending us, even if it's like you suck. This is a terrible podcast.
You suck cast?
You suck cast.
You suckest.
Yeah. Bottom of the barrel podcast.
Yeah, what do they call the sediment on the wine? The sediment podcast. Although that could be spun a lot of different ways.
My sediments, exactly.
My sediments, exactly. Whoa, that's an interesting name for a podcast right there.
My sentiments, exactly.
Oh, sediments.
Oh, sediments.
My sediments.
My sediments, exactly.
Like
exactly.
the sediment that settles to the bottom of wine.
Rob.
Deep. Rob.
This is getting deep.
I got a little tingle just happened there. My sediments, exactly.
Or grab the dude wipes.
Dude wipes, if you're listening right now, you're
boy.
Could go quickly.
Jordan, I don't know if that one's gonna fly.
Big Girl Panties podcast. I mean, I have mine on.
Jordan.
I have mine on.
He's coming in hot with the good suggestions.
Yeah. I don't know. So right now I'm really bullish on my sentiments exactly.
What are you thinking?
That's what I'm thinking.
You're bullish on it.
Oh, I'm bullish on that. Yeah.
John doesn't go bullish very, very easily.
No.
Can't we? I feel like my sentiments exactly. I think we should keep a couple of the names and then use them and cycle through them. I think it should be the Un-Bullshit podcast or the No-Bullshit podcast, and then the episodes are entitled like, my sentiments exactly, and then each episode is entitled one of these names, my big girl panties or whatever it's going to be.
So the different shows have different names. So Sunday
Correct.
show is one.
Correct.
Interesting.
Good twist.
Keeps it fresh and exciting. Fresh and exciting.
Oh, which one do I want to watch? Do I want to watch my sentiments exactly? Do I want to watch?
So which one would be my sentiments exactly? Q&A, the topic, or the interview?
I don't know. People can chime in on that one.
Yeah, what do you guys think?
We need some Jackie, Lindsay, Jordan, Tiffany. What do you think? Should we name them? Should we have 3 different names for the show? And this is just the No Bullshit podcast. We're like the network. We're like NBC because we're just as big.
Just like the network.
Come on, Tiffany, you're always
between us
full of ideas,
and Warner Broadcasting.
Same thing. And
calling you out.
Then there's 3 shows like Friends and Here We Are. Wait, what's that show called? We're all here.
This is us.
This is us.
Here we are.
And then a third one that I can't think of.
We'll figure it out.
Jordan said he likes that idea.
Okay. So now we need 3. We went from needing 1 show name to now needing 3.
That's why we all have like 2 or 3 businesses because we just can't seem to focus on one.
That's 100% accurate.
There you have it.
100% accurate.
That's
okay. So we got 24 people watching. Probably 22 of them are actually, probably 2 of them are actually paying attention.
Here we are. Not a bad name, Nick.
Here we are. Thanks, Nick. The most obvious, Captain Obvious name ever. Welcome to Here We Are.
Here we go. My friend Kathleen, she goes, episode 1. Kathleen says, episode 1, my sentiments exactly topic, the foundation of a new business. Kathleen, this is very...
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Jacqueline?
Not a fan. Sorry. That's a lot of thinking for you guys. Yeah, that's tough. My brain already hurts.
All right, what's Lindsay? Sorry, so Lindsay says the questions episode can be Ellen's crazy show, Game of Games.
Oh, that's a great show.
The craziness.
Literally the only primetime show that Lindsay and I watch.
Is Game of Games?
Yeah, Lindsay's a way bigger fan than I am, but it is entertaining. I could watch like 2, and then I need a break.
We could do a live version of that at the Jackson Jovie warehouse.
Yeah, that's a great
You
show.
could. I made lots of room for activities.
There we go.
Yep.
Right back.
Here we whine.
Here we whine. Right here.
All right.
Do we whine?
Jordan says right back to WTF. I'm getting confused.
Wait, is that the name of the podcast? WTF? I'm getting
confused.
WTF. Or is he actually getting confused?
I still like a little buzzed. That's what I still like.
All right, so how about I'm a little buzzed for our show, the Q&A show, because it's pretty ridiculous, as everyone can see right now. All right, throw a thumbs up if you like I'm a little buzzed for these shows that make no sense at all, but we're just taking audience questions and then hurling them. Jordan says yes.
What's that song? I'm a little bit buzzy. Like what is that?
That's just the founders chat is I'm a little buzzed.
Yeah. Rob, you writing that down?
Yep.
Okay. So that's how are we going to do this to vote though? Like the whole point of this was to get a bunch of ideas and then throw vote like actual polls out on Facebook later. Should we get a bunch of names? Or should we just screw it and pick the names tonight?
We could put a poll out on survey.
Yeah.
We could. Is there a way to do that like in live?
I
don't think so.
You could. I don't know.
Well, I think we'll get
watching,
more
maybe
action
check that out.
going down the road. So if we just do it tomorrow and say, hey, here's the names that we came up with. Voting's open until this time. Boom.
We got Wine O'Clock. It's Wine O'Clock somewhere.
That's got to be a podcast. I feel like that's too clever. That's too clever.
Yeah,
right.
too
Wine
clever.
O'Clock somewhere.
K-Mace, too clever. You went over the top with clever.
All right, so we've got.
Well, we don't need to rule it out though, because it's clever. So if it
It
happens to not be taken,
right? All right, it's back on, and we're back.
Why don't we take Rob's idea? I think Rob, you just said this. Why don't we go and when we do the first show of that style, we'll say the 3 names that collectively we like as an audience and us, and then vote during that show. And then we'll just pick it by the end of that show.
Fair.
Okay.
And then when we have the next show, we'll have the 3 names for that one. Pick it, that show, and then we'll get through 1 week, and then we'll have our show names.
Yeah, this is a very strategic growth model.
Yeah, we planned this for months.
This was good.
All right, so I'm a little buzzed. Let's just get all the names out there that we like, and then we'll figure out which ones. My sediments, which is that actually how you say it, or is it my sentiment exactly?
Well,
what
it's my sentiments, but like if you're changing it to sediments,
that's
the whole point is to change it.
Yeah, Rob,
did you just forget
I forgot the real way you say it because I like my sediments exactly so much.
Sentiments.
My sentiments. Exactly.
Sentiments. Yep.
Now I'm going to be in some like really important meeting with a board or something. Yeah. And I'm going to be like, oh yeah, my sentiments exactly.
Yeah.
Well, better than telling them that you're a little buzzed.
Yeah. Is this our marketing guy? Did you just say sediments?
Yeah. Does he have spell check at least?
That'll be me.
All right. So we need a number 3.
Well, yeah. So then the third one is the interview show where we're going to have super important people on here while we act like buffoons.
Who's first? The Rock, right? Dwayne Johnson's on the show first, I think.
Yeah, I think so. So
look at the schedule.
Next Thursday.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny if next Thursday we get like 10,000 views?
Could you spread fake
Everyone's
news?
like, where the fuck is The Rock, guys?
All right. We're good on
Oh,
the
he had to
we'll
bail. Sorry.
No, we'll just stall. Like we'll say, oh, he's on the plane, he's on the way here. He'll be here in a half an hour.
Actually hit my microphone with the wine bottle. Okay. So what's a good interview show? We got some thumbs up. People thumbs up. They like that. They like the
My sentiments exactly. Yeah, Jacqueline's loving it. She really I like my sentiments exactly. I think it's good. It's classy.
I don't know if that one's gonna fly.
Which one's it? We got some thumbs up. People thumbs up. They like that. They like the
sentiments exactly. Yeah, Jacqueline. Somebody's loving it. She really liked their sound on. I think it's good. It's classy. It's
So what other names? We want to move on from names, or we got any more votes?
What just happened? You all right, John?
Why?
You were just like maybe my screen froze or something, but maybe for like you were just like this. You were like,
did I freeze?
Oh boy.
For like 5 minutes.
Oh shit.
Maybe and it was like 2 seconds. I'm super dramatic.
Maybe the
Okay. 2 people saying screw it.
Screw it
as a name.
Screw it as a name.
We'll put that on the list. I like it.
Yeah, throw it in the box. Cork it.
That's probably a name.
That's probably a name.
Yeah, put screw it and cork it.
Okay.
I realize we can just be looking this up right now on the podcast app.
I know.
All right, cork it.
Stick a cork in me. I'm done.
Okay, cork. There's no cork it.
No cork it.
Screw it. There's a good amount of screw it's.
Yeah. Screw it's
But
off the table.
Oh, well, there's one screw it. Let's talk wine. So
check out
oh, there's screw it. Just do it. That's
my sediments exactly.
That's catchy. My sediments exactly.
There's no way. No way. This is all ours.
Nothing.
Boom.
Rob, you
Buy
came up
it.
with that, right?
What's that?
My sediments exactly.
My sediments exactly.
Genius.
Buy it. $11.99 a year. Oh, it's for websites.
Genius.
This just in on a private text. I won't share
is that why?
person's name.
You getting private text over there?
It's Wednesday night, the Dry Hump Nights Charcuterie podcast.
Dry hump.
Dry hump?
Yep.
Dry hump podcast. Oh, hump day. Duh.
Yep.
What if we're moving on from Wednesdays now, though? That's the problem. Okay, people. New day. Days are Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So names based on Sunday, Tuesday, or Thursday. Could be the Sunday screw it. Yeah.
Sandy.
Are we getting any more flow, or is everyone idea'd out?
Seems to be it.
Okay, I think we have enough to work on or work with.
There's plenty there.
If anybody has, because people can watch this after the fact. If you're watching this, throw your comments in below, and before the next episode, we will check all the comments, gather them together, select our 3 favorites, and then when would we go? We're starting Sunday, probably, right? Like we're going to start our new schedule this Sunday, or try to.
Yeah.
We'll make that the first kind of vote for the Q&A show, and go from there. I guess it doesn't hurt to ask people too what you want to hear in the show. I mean, that's kind of our format. Q&A.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
Ridiculous Q&As on Sundays. We figure it's Sunday night. People need a little humor, a little business, like advice, life advice. They want to know what the frick they're doing, and we can. I'd say advice. It's not. It's thoughts, feedback.
Let's do this. So, John, if you think the timing is good, let's share. I had a couple more messages tonight about the mission.
Yeah.
So why don't you rip that?
What's the mission of the show?
The overall mission.
Yeah, let's do it. Can we share like our new vision? Is that cool?
Let's do it.
All right, exciting. So NoBullsh started as a conference, an annual conference, which, by the way, this is still the goal. We're not changing this part. We wanted to grow it into the next South by Southwest in terms of a scale, but we wanted to do it in Central New York. Central New York is a central place to just a ton of people in the Northeast here. Great place to host an event. So we built NoBullsh 2020, and our long-term goal is to keep growing that into a large-scale conference, festival type event, like a South by Southwest. So we did that, and we did it well. I mean, obviously we haven't held the event yet. It's going to be September 17th, but everything went great. We got some killer speakers coming: Gary Vaynerchuk, David Meltzer, AJ Vaynerchuk, Shay Rowbottom, Constance Schwartz-Marini, Jim and Yasmin Cavell, panelists, like 20 plus panelists or 20 panelists, talking on all topics: business, startup, growth, culture, management, leadership, marketing, finance, all of that stuff. Then the coronavirus hit and shook up the entire world, which led Rob and I to just think about other options, right? So we were going to hold a really fast, last minute, thrown together virtual event, not in place of our event in the fall, but one that we thought could kind of bridge the gap, give people some hope, and be entertaining and educational. All of that led to what we made a decision on today, which is we are going to become a media company that helps entertain and educate people on their way to thriving in business and in life. That's the best way we can I can describe it at this particular juncture in time.
I knew you were going to say juncture. I knew you were going to say
Did you?
juncture.
You should have jumped in and said juncture.
I was like,
Right.
my
sentiments exactly.
I could tell.
My sentiments exactly. Wow, you really pulled out all the corks on that one. Ha! See what I did there? Right. So we're going to be shifting just what you see on our social media a bit to really delivering a lot of value and doing it in a funny way. So that's, I guess, the biggest difference of what we're trying to do. Here's our little pitch we came up with here. NoBullsh Business is taking an edgy and a hilarious approach to learning how to grow a business in today's noisy, chaotic world. And that's kind of the best way we can sum it up at this particular point. But don't you worry, people. We're still having the event, and it's still going to grow into this massive, amazing, great, collaborative experience for people for the year. But in between those events, we're going to be kicking out some killer content with amazing guests on our shows and podcasts, amazing content, how-tos, inspiration, tactical advice, strategy, strategic advice from some of the greatest minds in the world, hopefully. And you 24 people that are on this show right now, or 14 or however many,
people,
you're the first ones. So thank you for your support.
First to know. My friend Sarah just said your video is struggling.
Oof. Are we creeping? Are we creeping along?
I don't know what's going on.
Or we're just struggling. Like
no. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I should clarify. Does she mean
like you guys are struggling? Like turn this off?
You guys suck. Shut it down.
No, I think she means like the video is struggling. God, I hope she means that. Although she's a very tough love type person.
Hey, honesty is our policy.
So maybe I gotta clarify. Maybe she just means like your face and your whole everything about you is struggling.
Can we use that one?
We'll find out. Oh,
can that be the tagline of our podcast?
Yeah,
honesty is our policy.
Oh, yeah.
What did you think I meant?
I thought you
guys
meant
can
your face
comment
is struggling. I thought you meant like, and I was like, oh, I guess we could try it.
Your video is struggling.
Your video is struggling.
I think it's depending on the
clarified.
individuals, because I'm getting some messages back that said it's fine and some are having trouble. So it just depends on the individual, I think.
And this will make you feel better. She just clarified and said that it was only mine. So.
Oh, just you. Just your struggling.
Just me. So I'm definitely it's definitely my face.
So the NoBullsh podcast, where honesty is our policy.
Oh, I like that.
Is that too like on the couch?
Yeah. Probably.
Okay. I just was going for more of like a no bullshit truth, we're just.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I like the no bullshit podcast with the no rules thing.
No rules.
I don't know. I'm easily swayed, to be honest. I could switch in a heartbeat.
No rules. We could get the Undertaker in here or something.
I don't know. It'll be a first wrestling match with John Humjagger versus the Undertaker.
John would lose.
Yeah.
Real quick, especially because he's drank a half a bottle of wine.
I'll go to
my
friends in here. I don't
Not yet.
I can't see who's actually in here for some reason. I mean, it shows me that like there's a bunch of my friends from my Facebook page that are in here, but hello.
So let's do this. We're at 41 minutes. Maybe we should shut this down around 50.
Okay.
Let's take some are you guys watching Facebook? I turned mine off because it was like glitchy.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
on
on my watch party, whatever the hell that means.
Oh,
So I just see like my personal friends. So
okay. So let's do this, Rob. As long as you have it up, I guess I can pull it up on my phone too. Let's take some last minute questions.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire questions.
Let's get weird.
Anything about how the hell we started this event, how we got Gary Vaynerchuk or David Meltzer or Shay Rowbottom, how we plan to get through the coronavirus, what Al's favorite color is, anything.
Purple.
Let's rapid fire for the next 8 minutes.
Fire.
8 minutes. Wow.
Fire.
We're off to a heavy start here. The questions are just, we can't keep up.
Rolling in. Hey, there's a delay.
Yeah, there's a delay.
Let's get a delay. Al, you got to show me how to do
depending. I got to show you what?
how to do this watch party thing.
What's in your glass, Al?
Good. What's in my glass?
How much is left in your glass?
What's this angle, Rob? What's happening?
Looking in your glass.
Oh, the glass. It's almost done. It's almost done. I'm starting to feel just a little funny.
All right, first question.
Did it come through?
Favorite speakers?
Oh, Jacqueline.
Speakers?
Yep.
Speakers?
Favorite speaker?
I can't play favorites on our speakers.
Yeah, we can't say our own favorite speakers at our thing.
Plus, I've never actually watched any of them speak other than online.
But
I can't really, like, my answer is only Gary Vaynerchuk is the only person I've ever like really consumed. That's it. I mean, yeah. So he's the only one, and by default, my favorite, I guess.
I'm a big fan of Dr. Wayne Dyer.
Ooh, who's that?
Well, he passed away now, but
who was that?
Yep,
he's
good guy. Wrote some good books.
Yeah, he wrote a book that I read. I must have listened to. Oh, not read it, but because I don't like reading. I listened to that book probably every day for 3 months straight, and it's called "There's a Spiritual Solution to Every Problem" by Dr. Wayne Dyer. He's written a ton of books. He was, a doctor. He had just look him up. I couldn't begin to give him justice on all that he has accomplished or done, but real sharp cat. And I like Wayne Dyer a lot.
So I've got a couple. So one is John Maxwell. John speaks all over the world. He has done so for the last 40 years. Speaking on leadership to individuals, churches, companies, businesses, all over the place. And the other one, I'm going to look it up real quick because I want to give you the name of his book. But his name is Nick Vujicic. You guys ever heard of Nick?
Never in my life.
Is he the guy that has no limbs?
That's right. So Nick is from Australia. He was born with no limbs.
I have seen him.
I saw him speak in Rochester a few years back. His website is Life Without Limbs. I mean, talk about perspective.
Oh.
He's married. They've got 2 or 3 kids. I mean, he's lived his whole life with that, and his story is amazing, and he's an incredible speaker.
Killer.
So that's it.
That's the only question? No.
That's it for that answer.
My wife says try to make them more rapid fire. Let's hit it.
What are your favorite podcasts? This one.
This one is my favorite.
Boom.
My favorite podcast is all around the NFL podcast.
Team Never Quit.
Al, you listen to podcasts or no?
I do, but they're like, they're total. I mean, I shouldn't say they're total bullshit, but like they're
rapid fire.
I like Dak Shepard's good. Conan's really funny. Their podcasts are really funny.
Nice. What's next, Coach? You got him pulled?
Yeah. So Rob Aiken came in with tell us about your business. So Rob, I'm not sure if you're talking about NoBull,
Whatever.
or which part you're sharing. There's
Which
So if you
business?
want to comment on that.
So, I mean, we all got our thing. Just rapid fire them out, Rob. What do you got going on?
Yeah, so so I'm coaching, teaching, speaking on leadership for businesses, individuals.
Family ID. You want to talk about that or no?
Sure, yeah. Family ID, real quick, is working with families, churches, businesses, where we're helping you to put into writing your family's unique ID. So think of it as the written version of a family crest, something that you would ultimately write down your family's unique mission statement, vision statement, and then ultimately your family ID.
Nice. Which is something super unique. I've never heard of that, but in a really great concept.
Albert?
I'm all in on the events and entertainment industry, so that's my thing. I dabble in a bunch of different areas, but the big one for me, everybody pretty much knows me for events, entertainment. So yeah,
Musician.
Boy, do we ever.
Yeah, sax player.
Yeah.
Very mediocre sax player.
Don't be shy. Come on.
You're cute.
Which, by the way, watch Facebook right now. Throw a saxophone emoji in to the comments if you want to open this show every time with Al actually ripping on the sax. How do I get in here? I want to throw a saxophone emoji in here.
You're in there, John.
I'm in there? Oh, I'm in there. Sweet.
Oh, Elisa Marie, my good friend, just joined. Matt Clark, my old roommate. Hey, Matt, if you're listening, I cracked the door a little bit, and I'm in your old room. So, it's what it is. Miss you, bro.
Miss you, but now I own your room.
Miss you, but now this is your room as the studio.
So my business is I own a digital marketing agency called Good Monster. Have for about 7-8 years. Kind of lost track. I'm not really sure, but on that, own a very small yet pretty awesome and fun athletic jean company, American-made athletic jean company with my lovely wife Lindsay. It's called Jackson Jovi after our 2 dogs. JacksonJovi.com, and we now started NoBull, which is very exciting. Those are my 3 businesses.
3 things.
Rapid fire. Next question.
Yep.
Favorite TV show? Al, go.
King of Queens. Oh.
Was that the wrong answer, or was that?
No, I just love it so much.
King of Queens.
King of Queens. Yeah, Kevin James. King of Queens.
Yeah, he went to Cortland for 2 years. Do you know that? No, 1 year.
Oh, there you have it.
Half a year? I don't know. He didn't make it either way. I think he partied too. Rob, what year is this?
I'm really enjoying Empire Boardwalk. Finishing that up.
Yes.
Classic.
I would probably. This is tough because I love TV and movies. Like I do. I just love it.
Yeah, but like, what's on all the time? Like, when you're dicking around at night and it's on in the background, what's the go-to show that you're like, I'm going to put that on?
The first thing that pops into my head, and there's probably another one, and this is like the show that's not the show of the moment. Probably
South Park.
What is it? Oh, The Office? Did you say?
No, Sopranos. The Office is my wife's favorite show.
Oh, yeah.
Sopranos. I'm watching it again right now, and I am not a watch it again kind of guy. One and done, and I'll never go back. But Sopranos.
Although, speaking of watching it again, I have watched Blue Bloods in its entirety, all however many 8-9 seasons or whatever, like 4 times.
Really, Linz loves that show.
Maybe I'm obsessed with Blue Bloods actually.
Okay.
Next question. Which word should define the entrepreneurial spirit in this pandemic?
Oh, Rob, you got to say who's asking the questions too.
It is. I don't want to slaughter the name. Is it Gianna?
Oh, Janaina.
Janina. Sorry, Janina. Forgive me.
I think you still slaughtered it.
Yeah,
Janaina.
Go for her last name, Rob. Give that a try.
Just call her Jana.
How about JC?
JC. All right. Again, which word should define the entrepreneurial spirit in this pandemic?
Grit.
Tenacity.
Adapt.
Those are all really good words.
Good stuff.
Got really serious.
I'm gonna end the show. That's it. Like I'm gonna put the thing up, the post. It's over.
You're like, that was a good note, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, how are things during this crisis, and what advice do you give?
This is a very personal question. Like for individual, this is a very individualized question. So I can just speak for me. Is thankfully, thank God, my family and those around me are healthy, and I've only had one loosely connected person pass away from this that I know. So for me, I feel very grateful. I feel very lucky, and I cannot tell you how grateful and lucky, and I can speak for my wife because we talk about this a lot, that we have a newborn baby during the time when we are forced to stay at home. We just got incredibly lucky. Like I can't even put it into words how lucky we got being able to spend literally every waking moment with him during the moments when you want to. So I thank my lucky stars every day. I will thank them right now and after this podcast and every day forward. So
advice, John?
Keep your perspective to what you can control. Don't focus on the things you can't. So I alluded to this earlier, and I just got to get it off my chest because I've really been wanting to. My brother lost his job during this thing. Really early on, by the way, like first couple days, like the economy sort of closed, and I know there's lots of people. I don't even know what the numbers are up to, but last it was like 26 million people lost their job. You could go a few different ways. You can go to it's somebody else's fault that I lost my job. It's my boss's fault. It's somebody else's fault. Whatever. You could go that route, and that's a bad route to go. It's a deep, dark hole to go down. You could go the pity route, which is like, now, like, what am I going to do? And I'm empathetic to that, by the way. Like, I understand it. I understand how it works, but that's also a bad route to go. And I would just encourage anybody out there to look at, and by the way, I'm not speaking from like a horse. I've actually literally thought about this every day. Like, what if all Good Monsters clients suddenly say, because this very well could happen still. Listen, we're just going to cut it. We're going to cut until this thing's done, which means me and my family have virtually no income. Mm-hmm. And so I've thought about, what am I going to do? And so I encourage people out there that if you're in a tough place, you have no job, your check hasn't come in from the government yet, your unemployment lines are, around the corner, you can't get into them, or you can't, obviously not physically, but on the phone. Go through your house and sell shit that you love, but is super valuable. If you need to survive and you're in a bad place, you need food. Number one, there's food banks. They're doing great jobs. And number two, go sell your MacBook. Go sell your weight system. Go sell your speakers, Al. Go sell whatever you need to if you're in that position, because that will make you the money you need to survive. And by the way, you can sell so much shit out of your house that you don't even know you have or use. You're holding on to for sentimental value, and make a good amount to get through this. So I would have that mindset.
Or before, maybe make that a last resort.
Selling stuff?
Like go to that last But if you have skill sets that are hidden, leverage them, get better, learn stuff. I've been doing that myself. I'm totally work, and I've been pulling, making the adjustment and pulling my video production, editing skill set is, even if it's limited or not the best, I've been doing that so I can take jobs with people and I can take on work that's remote, because that's the only thing I can do right now, and then I'm going to sell everything in my house,
Good tip. Yeah, I went straight to the dyer.
including my cat.
You mean sold your cat? That was the first to go. Actually, that was before you learned any skills.
Elvis
And I
has
didn't
left the
sell it. I
building.
gave it away. I didn't sell. I gave it away. In fact, I almost paid them. So, pandemic problems.
Hashtag.
So things are good here at the Schauger household. We are fortunate every day. I always say, wake up on the right side of the dirt. It's a good day. My wife is a financial advisor. She's been blessed to do that for 18 years. This whole thing happened during a time of it's tax season. It was end of year and then preparing for that. And then obviously this stuff all affects the market. So she's been super busy and just, really reaching out to all the clients and helping them out to navigate the market and what's going on right now. And, this extra time really for me, I'm usually on the road. So I have been able to take back 10 plus hours a week into my life. So our children are all older and grown and out of the house. So we are not fighting the whole homeschooling thing. So kudos to you parents who are, having to run a business and work from home and homeschool multiple kids. Because it's got to be incredibly tough. So my hat's off to you for that. Advice during this time: stay humble and stay true to who you are. I see a lot of greed happening right now, especially from company owners and this money that's coming out. And just stay humble. Use the money for the right things. Take care of your employees and your team. Do what you need to do. And there's two things that we can all control, and that's our attitude and our actions. Focus on those things.
Great advice.
Amen.
Any more questions?
Got some more questions coming in. We're still holding some people in, so let's we'll do a few more.
Yeah, can we go super rapid fire, and then Rob, let us know when we need to cut it.
Yep. So from Nick asks favorite local restaurant to support during COVID. I think for us, there's a really cool one nearby called Vine and Fig. We enjoy that there. Al?
Who wants? Right now, a pizza downtown. I'm just crushing their pizzas.
Samesies.
There you go. All right. Last question. We're going to wrap it up with this. Derek asks, what are the best acts of kindness or community that you've witnessed during the pandemic? Last question.
Was that local or community? Because I got a few.
Let's keep it local, and so that people know what's awesome things are happening in the community nearby.
Al, you got any?
I'm thinking because I've witnessed a lot of amazing things.
So I have one national that I think is pretty amazing. The All In Challenge.
I knew you were gonna say it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not local, but
that's a big deal. Yeah,
it's a big deal. It's literally every big name, like literally the biggest names in sports and Hollywood and business and everything in the United States.
That's a very big deal. Is
coming together to do the All In Challenge, where they're giving away things that, like time batting practice with A-Rod and racing cars with playing golf with Justin Timberlake and Bill Murray, and just The Rock's doing something on there. Like Kenny Chesney, you get to go on and write a song with him or something. That's the craziest one. That's a new one, Al, by the way.
Great.
Gary V.
Just came out today. Yeah, our keynote speaker, Gary. He's actually one of the founders of the Y'all In Challenge with Michael Rubin. I think VaynerMedia is helping them like get it out there. But
Marketing stuff.
that's the craziest /
That's wild.
yeah, like most culture-driven one that I've seen.
Yeah.
I'd like to just give a shout out because like I know they're being paid for it, but all of the companies that literally retooled their manufacturing facilities to make things that are needed right now, regardless of whether they're being paid or not. Dyson, like in a matter of like 7 days or 10 days came up with a brand new, like crazy innovative design for a ventilator, you know, and started making them. So like those companies I'd love to give a shout out to. And then I'm going to go super local. Not actually to my area, but to one of my team members in Brazil, because we have a global team. Hand delivers meals to families. So Roger, if you're watching this, shout out to you, brother. Goes and buys things from the grocery store, goes and hand delivers it to families in need in his town. And you know, helps these families that are in need. The last one he went to, he said hadn't eaten and they hadn't had food in 3 days. A family. So while we're here on our podcast, sorry to get like super heavy, you know, there's definitely people out there that are not as lucky as we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say along those lines. I think you know, with all the national stuff that's going on, and there's a lot of great things happening, and everybody deserves, even, you know, like people that are working, but there's you know, the people that work for Instacart and work at Wegmans and grocery stores, and all the people that continue to work. Those people are really, you know, they're putting themselves out there. You know, they're frontline people, and obviously the healthcare workers and like that. You know, that's super frontline. But so that's first and foremost. But in terms of what, you know, average people are doing that don't have to work, I think the big thing is looking out for the elderly. You know, I think people that check on them regularly and find ways to visit them and find ways to get them food and groceries or whatever they need. And I think just people that are vigilant on checking on others that they know are struggling, that they know already are lonely, or they know already are in a vulnerable position. You know, it's bad out there for a lot of people. And I'm not talking about like just the sick but like, you know, the elderly and just people that are alone and vulnerable and already sort of isolated in general. When something like this happens, I mean, it can get pretty dark for a lot of people. And I think anybody that's checking on them and going at them and really making it a point to check up on them, I think those are the acts of service that stand out to me.
Yeah, and I want to say, and again, I know they're getting paid for it, but our nurses, you know, they are going to work, doing their thing every day, still being parents, still home teaching, you know, their kids, and putting their families really at risk through exposure every day, going above and beyond. And then to do all that and then to turn around and be furloughed or, you know, laid off or whatever have you, you know, just doesn't, I mean, it makes sense, but it doesn't. And we don't need to get into the politics of all of that stuff, but cheers to our nurses and doctors that are, you know, really out on the front lines every day, doing their all, working extra long, working overnight shifts, exposing their families to potential risk and getting up every day and going back and doing it again. So, and with that, that's a wrap. John, you want to take us home?
Yes, I want to thank everyone for watching. Listen, we're new at this. We're new at all of this, right? So, you know, have been in business for a while, not successfully all the time, but this is always exciting to start something new. And this show, this direction we're taking is new. And, Rob, Al, and I talked about Barstool Sports. Not sure if anyone out there knows Barstool Sports, but they're a huge success story that started out as a very against the grain way to talk about sports and have grown into their own massive media company. And we talked about that today as sort of being like an inspiration of just presenting entrepreneurship and business and career choices and professional, aspirations in a different way. And that's what we're trying to do. So thanks for being the early supporters. I'm sure you're connected to one of us somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you very much. We're all grateful. I know for sure I can speak for the other two guys that we're forever grateful for you to participate, to share, to put your ridiculous show names in and questions for us, to listen to us swear and be idiots for a little while. Because hopefully this will be a large scale thing where we're helping you out there, whoever you are, succeed in life. And then second, I also want to mention that Al got 7 saxophone emojis, which means I think he needs to open the next show.
With a little jam, a
Playing
little ditty.
Yeah, not really yes flute, the saxophone.
7. Okay, first of all, John. Okay, your wife, who you baited.
I actually didn't even tell her.
She put 5. I don't.
Wait, Rob put 2, so that's 9.
Yeah, well, we're gonna revisit this whole thing.
Nick put another one. That's 10. I put 1. That's 11.
We're gonna revisit this.
So I missed.
Hey,
Jan,
your fans have spoke.
Yeah, the people have speaking. I'm a little buzzed. So the one last thing is, so tonight we put up a post that basically said, we're obviously, this is all new. We're trying to build things up a little bit, and we need your help. So if you currently follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, thank you so much. We would love if you could follow us specifically, at least this week, on on Instagram. We're pushing everybody to Instagram just to build up that platform a little bit. So I'll put the little graphic up here. It's at NoBullsh Business on Instagram, and we ran a little bit of a promo tonight, which you may or not have seen. But basically, what it says is that anyone that follows us on Instagram tonight, let's say up until midnight, you will automatically be entered into win a bottle of wine. So we'll do just a random drawing, and you'll win a bottle of wine of your choice, red, white, or rosé. And then hopefully next week you come back, or next podcast you come back and crack open the bottle with us, and it'll be great. So please go follow us on all the platforms, but specifically Instagram, and win that bottle. Win that bottle.
And that's it. We're going to be live again Sunday evening with a Q&A show. I'm sure we'll be putting out a lot of content, getting questions from people, getting them ready ahead of time, and then we'll take questions during the show also. And your questions can be anything. Business related, personal related. You just want to bounce ideas off of us, all of that stuff.
We'll talk about life, relationships, dating advice.
Yeah, from Al.
Yeah, I give great dating advice.
He's an international legend.
Legend.
Wait for it. Barry.
For us. So instead of Al Kutri and Rob Schauger, Humjagger might automatically be mine. But can we come up with nicknames for ourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rock and roll.
Yeah. So next week, more of that. No, what's to say, Jacqueline? No revisiting. I've been saying it for 3 months. What is she talking about, Jacqueline? I'm going to text her, figure it out.
Your Facebook sax concert speaks for itself.
Okay.
And with that, we're going to say good night.
Until next team. Okay.
All right, everyone.
My sentiments exactly.
Sunday.